This is the NintenDUO Podcast, your favorite Nintendo podcast. We are the NintenDUO, Remco and Tycho, and in this episode we're going to talk about GTA 6, the second trailer, some updates about that insane, record-breaking, shattering details. But other record-breaking stuff happening right here in Europe. We can finally order the Switch 2, and I did so. And we've been waiting for this for a few months, so we're very happy about that. What else? Sure. Talk a lot. Furukawa, he's been talking. Investors are asking him spicy questions. What's happening, Furukawa? Why do you think that the Switch 2 is not going to sell at all? We're going to talk about that. And last but not least, or maybe least, Pokémon Scarlet and Violet have some insane sales going on, and we didn't expect it.
Crazy.
Crazy. Taxi tree. Like, subscribe down below, and enjoy the pod. What a day. Today is the day that we could finally order the Nintendo Switch 2. And I ordered it 1 hour ago. Finally, we here in Europe are able to order the Nintendo Switch 2 as of 2 days ago. But because of my partner in crime, Remco, I was able to order the Nintendo Switch 2. So thank you very much, Remco, because it's not known yet. We are one of the lucky ones. And Remco was, wise, Mr. Wise Guy. And like, hey, wait a second. If it's possible in the UK, maybe also here in the Netherlands. So,
but one thing, you have to have an account from Nintendo Switch Online, and if you have the account, then you can pre-order the new Nintendo Switch 2. And I tried it. My Nintendo Switch Online account expired, so I wanted to do like a trial version of the 7-day trial version. But with this trial version of 7 days, you cannot pre-order the Nintendo Switch 2. So you have to be a paying member. You really have to pay for the membership.
Yes.
Very smart from Nintendo.
I mean, yeah, and I was, of course, paying. I'm a NSO Online member. So, but then when Remco looked, and when you looked, you found out that, hey, wait a second, I can't order my Switch 2, right?
Yeah.
You had a problem just now.
Yeah, because I don't have the Nintendo Switch Online account. So I'd have to renew my account. And the trial period does not work, unfortunately.
No. Oh, but did you actually order it, or you didn't?
I couldn't.
No, I mean you were
I was
making your online thing, right?
It was in the process, but I did the trial version, and with the trial I couldn't do it. And it's only limited for one person. Also, it says one person per client.
One person per client,
or it says for your whole life. So only one. You can only order one.
One Switch per client.
One Nintendo Switch 2 per client. It said.
But so you didn't order your Switch 2 yet?
I couldn't. No.
No, but I thought you were making your Nintendo Switch Online
I have my
subscription,
account, but I have to pay for the account. But I couldn't because we were going to start right now. So okay, I'm gonna do it later.
Okay. Well, tricky. That is tricky because
let's see if it still works.
That is tricky indeed. Yeah, because it's gonna go pretty quick, as we know in all the other countries. No, I thought you were doing it while I was setting up these things here.
Yeah, but I did like the free membership, but it didn't work. So and then.
But after that, because I know you did the free thing, but then I was still busy here for like 30 minutes. So I thought you were doing it. So that is tricky, Remco, because. Yeah.
Living in the edge.
Yeah. Okay, well, but I am glad I at least ordered my Switch 2 finally. Because actually here in Europe, we were thinking that maybe we were not getting any Switch 2s or something. And then last week, I also said to you and to you at home, maybe they're all sold out. Maybe we're late. That's what I was thinking. Because on all the websites, there's no Switch 2. As of this moment still, on bol.com, Amazon, there's no Switch 2s. Only on the official Nintendo website.
You were also talking about maybe the Nintendo Switch 2 is in Europe because of all these events in Europe. And that's why they're starting also with the pre-orders. There was one in Amsterdam, an event with Outer Amsterdam, Nintendo called it, and it was like exclusive event. You had to buy a ticket, and then you could play with the Nintendo Switch 2 and all the games and all the accessories.
Yeah, it's just for your, it was not in Amsterdam, it was in Zaandam, huh?
Outer Amsterdam.
Yes, because Nintendo called it Amsterdam, but this was in Zaandam, which is another city, not in Amsterdam. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, that's true. I was saying, yeah.
I think that's what you meant, like the Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, they are here. They are in Europe finally, and finally they're like not a lot of events also in Europe. Only like a few of them, and people are talking. Well, lots of people will probably came to this event. We didn't go, unfortunately.
No. But I was not talking about the event. But
okay.
But no, it's okay. You can you can no. It's okay. Yeah. Many people were. I have no idea how many people. By the way, I don't think many people were there at all because I saw the footage.
Yeah.
And I saw that there were hardly any people at this event. Really, there was only Nintendo employees, and there were almost no people at this event, which was interesting. But Nintendo does it on purpose. Because then everyone has the time to play these games. You don't have to stand in line, for more than 10 minutes. That's the max. And not like on E3 or on the game in Germany, like the game conference over there, the Gamescom, that you have to stand in line for hours. Or when we were younger at Gameplay and Power Limited, stuff like that, these conferences. At this Nintendo event, it was very calm. It was just like 30% employees, and for the rest, a big open space. But yeah, we were not there.
No.
So I have nothing to say about this.
No.
Yeah.
It's too bad I wasn't there, but yeah.
Yeah.
We got the pre-order, so you got the pre-order.
I got the pre-order thanks to you. And you didn't get it, so let's see if you're gonna get it, because
after this podcast,
it's gonna go quick. I think it's going quick because somehow you thought about it, so maybe more people at this moment, will with the NSO here in Europe will think about this.
Yeah, because I heard the people who got an invitation from Nintendo, like with the specific code that you got on your email. For people who had Nintendo Switch Online for a very long time, they got this code, and I heard they were enrolling all these pre-orders. So I thought maybe there are some more pre-orders, and then I saw, hey, wait, it's not only for the people who got this specific code, but people who also have a Nintendo Switch Online account. And the rest is history. And now he's got his pre-order. Yeah. I still don't.
Yeah, about the code, I also have no idea, because that's what you said to me last week, right? And I didn't get any codes, but now indeed, like you said, I was able to order one without a code. So just if you got your NSO subscription, you're able to order it. Otherwise, you'll end up just like him.
Yeah.
So let's see what
to pay up.
Yeah.
Nintendo wants me to pay more money. Like, no.
What do you mean?
Well, they want the free membership doesn't work. The trial membership.
Oh.
You really have to pay. So
something
like you have to be a paying member.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's logic also.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, all right. So no, I guess we're
finally here. So we
can
finally move on. Let's move on.
And it's gonna be sent to my house on the day of the release, which is also very nice. So, and I'm curious, at what time will it be able, to order at the regular websites like Amazon and stuff? Curious about that, because in America, you guys already ordered it on Amazon and all the other websites, but here in the Netherlands, it's not available. It's not available. So, it's curious. It's for the first time actually that I see a console launch goes like this.
Yeah, normally you can pre-order like a month or 2 months in advance, and
half a year,
no problem.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know. I really don't know what they're doing here.
Yeah.
So, Nintendo CEO Furukawa talks Switch 2 at investor briefing. Sir Talk a Lot, yes.
Sir Talk a
Lot is talking a lot again.
Yeah.
So there was on the 8th of May there was a Q&A for investors, and Furukawa gave a briefing about the financial situation from Nintendo, and I wrote down we wrote down a few questions about what this meeting was about, like a few interesting questions they asked Nintendo. And the first question they asked was, why is the Switch 2 sales forecast 15 million units seemingly conservative? So this is a question one of the investors asked Nintendo. And Furukawa replied, well, it matches the original Switch first 10 months, not to the production limits or tariffs. Price is higher, so the adaptation may be slower. I don't know, 15 million units? Well, because we're hearing a lot about pre-orders still. People are pre-ordering a lot. And, well, I'm hearing lots of news that they didn't make enough Switches. So maybe it is seemingly too conservative. So I agree with the investor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, because...
I have no idea how many Switches they made. I thought, because Furukawa was saying he made a lot of Switches, right? Like a few months ago, like he made enough. Like we will not make sure the same thing happens as with the Switch 1. Wasn't it like what he was saying?
Yeah, that's what he said, like before the Nintendo Direct on February, the first one. He was talking like he wants to avoid that there will be any shortages, because with the Switch 1... that was in 2017, and there were a lot of shortages, and then they made, let's see, 10 million. So yeah, I don't know if that's enough. It's
okay.
It's quite strange, and this forecast for 15 million Nintendo Switch 2s is actually a prediction for 2026 for the whole financial year of 2026. And one of the things he also said, they're expecting to sell 45 million games worldwide in 2026.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I don't know if that's a lot, but yeah, it sounds like a lot. 45 million.
Yeah, it's a lot. So basically, if you're going to sell 50 million Switches, so everybody is going to buy free games, more or less. And this also... this excludes the bundle games also, the 45 million. So it could be a little bit more.
Okay. So it matches the original Switch first 10 months. That's what Furukawa is replying.
Yeah, I think it's quite strange. Like, you see all these pre-orders. You see the shortages in the US. Even Japan didn't expect that many pre-orders with the lottery, the raffle they had. They didn't expect so many people wanting the Nintendo Switch 2. So
yeah, strange.
That's why it's so strange. Well, Sir talk a lot. Well, he likes to talk a lot, but
it's the.
Oh no,
Alexa is not able to help us. Well,
no.
I think no one is able to help Nintendo at this point.
No.
But there's not enough Switches, right? I mean, that's what this question is about. This question is about, like, isn't it too less?
Yeah, because the investors are saying, well, 15 million. Well, aren't you expecting to sell more Switches than 15 million because of the high demand? So it's quite strange, but yeah, maybe Nintendo is just conservative. Like, well, let's temper the expectations. Let's see. Let's reach 15 million first, and let's see what happens. And it can only get better.
But I don't understand. Like, do they only make 15 million then? Like, don't they make 20 at this moment or 30? Like, what?
Maybe they have 300 million Switches, but they're gonna sell 15 million.
Why?
That's what they expect based on the Switch 1 sales.
No, I mean, like, do they hold back? You understand? Like, why are they holding back then? Like, if they have 300 million in a warehouse, why do they only want to sell 15 million? It doesn't make sense.
Well, they then don't expect more people to buy the Nintendo Switch 2 because maybe it's a little bit expensive. It's more expensive than the Switch 1. In different countries, there are different prices also. So maybe in other parts of Europe, you're going to pay a lot more for Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, Norway,
yeah.
Iceland. But I just don't understand why does it matter? You know, like 15 million, you know, like, or is this, I mean...
This is a forecast.
It's a forecast, okay. So
it can get worse or better. So
so this forecast, but why would it matter for the investor, for example? Like,
Well,
why is this question important for the investor? Like, the investor is asking, "Hey, Nintendo, why don't you aim a little bit higher with your forecast?" Because it's anyways just a forecast, right? So
Yeah,
what does it matter for the
if Furukawa,
investor? Yeah.
of course it matters, because if they sell more Nintendo Switches with Switch 2s, well, the investor is gonna get more money. So they think it's too conservative, because they've seen in the market people are reacting like everybody wants a Nintendo Switch. There were many people already pre-ordered Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
So they're saying like, well, 50 million, well, you're gonna sell a lot more, right?
Yes, but what is the? Yeah, but I don't. Yeah,
understand.
yeah, I mean, you're saying. I know this. What you're saying, but the question is, what does it matter? For the
Well, you
investor.
could also say 0, but then like, okay, well, I'm not gonna get my investment back. I'm gonna take out all my money I'm gonna reinvest my money in something else, not in Nintendo.
If Furukawa, for example, said 0,
Like, oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna go bad with the company, and
Yeah.
the stocks will plummet
yeah,
if they do that,
yeah.
and people are gonna lose money also who
Yeah,
got
so
Nintendo
indeed.
stocks.
So just imagine Furukawa says that the Switch 2 will will sell 0 units, right? Right?
Yeah.
That's your example, right? Like 0, you said.
Yeah, like a ridiculous.
Yeah, okay.
But
Yeah.
of course not. But
No, but I mean, I'm just.
that's
I have
very
a-
bad news. But he's just trying to temper the expectations, because it's probably gonna be like 20 or 25 million or even more. But he's just saying like 50 million.
Yeah.
And if it's more than 50 million, then all the investors are going to say, oh, it's very good. But 50 million is like setting the bar low on purpose.
Yeah.
That's why they're saying, well, isn't it a little bit conservative? Well, maybe they're thinking, well, you're going to sell at least 30 million. And
Yeah, okay, I see. But just, I wonder, why would it be bad, or why is it bad for the investors, you understand? Like, so if it's 0, for example, Furukawa says, yeah, we're going to sell 0 units. But the investor can still invest like $1 billion in Nintendo, because the
and then
investor...
what? They don't get their money back then.
Why?
Because Nintendo isn't selling anything.
No, it's a prediction, but it's a false prediction, right? It's a false forecast. It will still sell, right? The Switch 2.
It's a prediction, but it is based on like assumptions. So it was based on the Switch 1 sales in the first 10 months. And they made a calculation, and they came with this
Yeah.
50 million. But
Yeah, no, I understand that. But do you understand, like, for the investor, it doesn't matter what Furukawa says, because Furukawa can say, like, yeah, we're just going to sell 10 Switches. But even if the Switch would sell... I mean, and then it doesn't matter. They can invest still $100 million in it, and they would earn profits, right? Because the Switch is not going to sell 10, no? It doesn't work like that? It's like some
no, but then
gambling
they're
here?
going to make a loss if you're going to say, oh, we're not going to sell any Switches. So there isn't... There's no money coming in the company. Well, let's throw this money down the drain. Here you go, free money.
Wait, are you talking
No,
about Frodo again?
No, yeah.
Let's Frodo the money? No, okay.
I'm never gonna invest in a company who's gonna say, "Oh, well, yeah, you can invest in me, but I'm not gonna sell anything this year. Maybe next year. I don't know."
No, that's not what I meant. That's
No,
not what I meant.
and I'm like, "What the fuck are you?"
No, it's an example, like like Furukawa.
No, it's just a Japanese mentality.
You
Like,
understand?
conservative, like.
Because even if we would say the Nintendo Switch 2 is gonna sell 10 units, yeah, even if you would say this, you understand?
Yeah.
But you and I, we know better, because the Switch 2 is gonna sell way more than 10, right? So okay, Furukawa, 10 units, sure. I will invest all my money in your company, because we know it's going to sell way more than 10, right? So for the investor, it doesn't really matter, this forecast. So it only matters for the investor that has no knowledge at all about Nintendo or something and their sales, right?
Yeah, but that's.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah, but that's why he's asking the question. Like, he knows it's going to be more than 50 million.
Yeah.
And so he's asking for a car. Well, why are you setting the bar so low at 50 million?
So
we know it's going to be more.
Mhm.
It should be more. Why
Yeah.
are you trying to, I don't
Yeah.
know, like mislead us or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you're actually saying that Furukawa, you And the investors are actually saying, you
I'm
guys?
I'm with the
you're-
investors. Yeah, I'm also an investor. So
Yeah. So you're actually saying that Furukawa and his team, that they're kind of like scammers. You know, they're scamming the investors and everything. They're like, oh no, we're just going to sell 15 million, you know. It's going to be okay, the Switch, yeah?
I mean, it's such a conservative answer because he probably knows he's gonna sell more, but he just want to temper the expectations. For instance, like I know something happens and he cannot sell like 20 million Nintendo Switches, but maybe 15. He just wants to look. If you're gonna say I'm gonna sell like 50 million and you don't sell 15 million, the investors are gonna say, "Oh, but you said 15 million." And I invested all this money, so okay, well, Nintendo's doing worse actually, because they set the bar high, and they couldn't meet with the expectations.
And what would happen then?
Then the stock will plummet. Nintendo also would lose money, but yeah.
If they don't reach the amount that they say, the stock will plummet.
Well, I'm not.
No,
I'm
I
not
mean,
saying
it's
it's not
just a
financial
question.
advice, but it could plummet if people are thinking like, oh well, Nintendo is like screwing with us a little bit. Like, no, you told us gonna be 50 million units, but you couldn't even sell 10.
Yeah. So, for example, if that happens, so Nintendo is now saying 15, but what if they don't even sell 10? Would it be bad for the investors? Will the investors lose money?
Yes, because the stock will go down because of that.
Like
Just
like what Nintendo is worth, the stock
Yeah.
will go down.
The
Okay.
stock will go down. So what Nintendo will be worth a little bit less, but
Yeah, because now it's like $80, right? What you said to me last week.
yeah, it's around $80. I checked it on Friday or Thursday. I don't know.
Could be, but you know, the people are watching this video on any other day of the week. Maybe it is a Friday or Thursday. Let me know in the comment section down below if it's Friday or Thursday for you. Let me know down below. Just comment the name of the day. So, okay, any more financial advice, Remco?
I don't give financial advice. I don't want to go to jail. So
Not for free. So more about Furukawa.
well, so the
Sure, talk a lot.
second question.
Second question.
No, the investor, like this other guy was like, "Hey, isn't the forecast too cautious, giving strong user feedback and pre-orders?" Well, we just mentioned this, but Furukawa says, "Well, positive feedback acknowledged, but the long-term demand is uncertain." Yeah, so actually what we just discussed, like what the other investor said, like, yeah, they think there are too many uncertainties also with the tariffs in the world, and
Tariffs, yeah.
he's just giving a conservative answer again, like, yeah, we're not sure, and yeah, he doesn't know. They don't know. And also another question also in this Q&A was about this lottery. So with 2.2 million lottery entries in Japan, can sales exceed 15 million units? So they're really like pressing on him, like, well, also in Japan, come on.
Pressing, figuratively speaking, right? Not literally pressing.
No.
Okay, yeah.
And then Furukawa finally says, well, we've seen a strong demand, but 15 million is a cautious initial goal when there are no production constraints, he says. So, yeah, 50 million is still very cautious. And also with the tariffs, so why is...
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because no production constraints. So
no problems with the production of the Nintendo Switch 2.
Yes.
I don't know if that's true, but
it means maybe 20 million, they would not be able to make 20 million or something, like the fabric.
Well, they can make 20 million. Well, if you can sell 20 million, that's a different question.
Yeah, but I mean, because it says no production constraints. So the production of the Switch 2, right? Not if it's being sold, but just the production.
Yeah, so you can sell 50 million, you can make 100 million Nintendo Switches if you want. There are no problems with that, with the production of the
15, but 100 maybe there will be. Like maybe the fabric will not be able to make 100, right?
With the 15 there's no problem.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe they can make 20 or 25 million. there's also no problem. But
but we don't know that. We don't know.
We don't know that for sure. But with 15 million,
at least it will be okay.
Yeah. So for that specific goal, it's possible.
Okay.
And well, an investor also asked a question about
can you do the question in a funny voice? The next.
Oh, sorry. So this other investor came like, well, why is profit growth lower than sales growth in 2026 forecasts? Well, then Sir Takala says like, lower margins on Switch 2 hardware. Sumimasen. U.S. tariffs could reduce profit by hundreds of billions of yen. Sumimasen. You really said that.
That's good. That's good.
Sumimasen is Japanese for, well, I'm sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was a dirty word.
No, you would like that. Huh? So, so they're expecting, well, because of the hardware cost, so the console itself, to produce it's gonna cost more. And, well, the difference between the price they're selling it for and the price it's made for, this margin is, well, lower, so they're gonna make less profit. That's what Furukawa is saying in a nutshell, in a Deku nutshell.
Good.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, respect your Deku nuts.
Yeah.
You know, little Zelda.
That's a little bit too much.
Okay, and the last investor. Well, there are a lot more, but these are just 5 specific questions that were interesting. So what's the mid to long-term direction of Nintendo Switch Online? Ooh, spicy question.
Yeah,
it's not fully shown in our concept, but context suggests they plan to evolve to service with more content and features. So yeah, he's just saying, well, we don't know. We're gonna develop more material, more games, more hardware for the new Switch 2. Also, Nintendo Switch Online. Also, the GameCube is also coming on the NSO to play, right? Or
yes. Yeah, I'm
right?
shaking off because I'm just thinking.
Oh, okay, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not fully shown in your.
Oh, I see a little typo there. Yeah.
In your what?
Your concept.
Not fully shown in your example, maybe. But context suggests they plan to evolve the service. So Furukawa is talking about NSO, like, they plan to evolve. Like, I have nothing to do with it. They plan to evolve, huh?
Yeah.
That's a bit funny.
Yeah.
With more content and features. So,
yes.
they plan to evolve. Yeah, okay. So probably Wii games might be added to the NSO. I guess in 2 or 3 years or something from now. I guess
maybe. Yeah.
And it would be nice to have some more games actually in general, because I feel like for the SNES and N64 there's hardly any games, especially N64. So just update that. And what else? Features. So yeah, the camera. I don't know what else besides the camera and the voice chat.
Yeah.
They could add that to NSO.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you.
I don't know. Maybe
yeah.
More Nintendo music.
Yeah, but that's not in NSO, right? Or is it?
No.
Oh.
It's
it's connected maybe because I have it on my phone.
Yeah, it's in a separate app.
But it's also for paying members. You don't have it, right?
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, so it's for paying members probably. I mean, I have the app. I used it once. So. Okay, well, thank you, Remco, for this.
Well, this was the briefing. Yeah.
The interesting for this briefing of the briefing. You know.
The briefing of the briefing. There was a debriefing. Well, I'm gonna do. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, Furukawa.
You have anything to say about this briefing? Did you like it?
I think that that I find it. Yeah, well, I said enough. I think. I think I said enough. You know, because otherwise, I'm just gonna be repeating myself, and let's not do that for the people at home. Pika Pika.
Well, good introduction to the next news item. So
yeah.
So the Pokémon sales update.
The Pokemon sales update, yes.
So we have the Scarlet Violet is now the second most of the best-selling game in the series.
Yeah,
that's quite interesting. And it sold over. Well, let me check. It was 25.79 million copies worldwide. That's a lot.
The second most best Pokemon game ever. 25 million.
Yeah, almost 26.
Okay, so let's say 26 million. So that is interesting. If this is the second most sold Pokemon game ever, because Nintendo is expecting, or Furukawa is expecting to sell 45 million games, and not just one game, but just in games for the NS2. And in the background, someone is throwing away their trash in a very brutal way, but you don't hear that probably.
It's probably a Switch 1. It's preparing for the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45
He's distracting me, this person outside. So 45 million, where was I?
Yeah, we were talking about Pokemon and 45 million.
Yeah, so it's the 45 million is pretty low, maybe, right? Or because if one game already sells 26 million.
Yeah, but it's 45 million in 1 year.
Yes. Yeah, for all the games,
all the games worldwide.
For the Bonanzas, Mario Kart, Mario 3D, every Switch game, also the Cyberpunks and everything.
The whole 9 yards.
And how many years ago did this game come out? Because you are the Pokemon master, eh? Not the Smash Bros master. There's only one Smash Bros master, and that's me, Dr. Mario. Look at my Mumos. But this game, like Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, on what console did it come out? Because I have no idea. I don't play Pokemon games.
It's the latest game from Nintendo Switch 1.
Oh, it is?
It is. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So
there's also
recently then it came out.
Yeah, what is it? 2-3 years ago, and there's also DLC. Yeah,
but you don't have the DLC because
I have the DLC.
You're not a paying member, right? Like, how's that possible?
Well, I bought the DLC.
Okay.
For €10. Yeah.
But
it's
you
not NSO,
okay? So when did you play this game? Like 2-3 years ago, you say? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played it for the last time. I don't know.
So then it's like 20 million. Oh no, it's like 15 or 12.5 million per year or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But that's a lot because
that's a lot. If it's 2 years ago, but I can't believe that actually.
Because people also he's gonna check it. But people are also like a little bit complaining about this game, about the graphics, like it could make it a little bit better.
Yeah, and not a little bit. Everyone is complaining big time. Like people like Beat 'em Ups Wood, RGT85, Selahattin Kilic. People are complaining about this game.
Yeah, but that's why it's an interesting news item. Like, why is it the second or the second best-selling game in the series? Because
I can answer the question.
Which one's number one? Well, I already told you, but
2022.
2020. Yeah, it's 3 years. Yeah,
incredible.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, November even, the 18th of November 2022. So that's crazy.
I know.
Yeah. So
number one is Pokemon Red, Blue, or if you were living in Japan, Green, with 31 million copies, and 50,000 copies also.
But back then, it was it the same price, kind of? I feel like it was cheaper.
Maybe a little bit cheaper, but this one was on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
But for these times, it's huge for a game to sell that many copies.
Yeah.
So
it's like everyone with a Game Boy bought this game.
Yeah.
And now, with the Switch, not everyone bought Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, because I think the Switch is the second most sold gaming console in the world ever. Or is the 3DS or the DS still number two? But anyways, number 2 or 3. PlayStation 2 is number 1, 2 or 3 is Switch. With 100...
DS, I think the 3DS...
the DS is number 2 or 1? Or 2 or 3?
I thought it was number 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's strange because the Pokemon games, so Pokemon games are, they don't get any cheaper most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do like a little discount.
No.
So people are paying the full price for the game.
Yeah.
And that's why it's also interesting that it's still selling that well. And you don't even have this game, so you're not even contributing to this amazing result.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Yeah, indeed, it's the second most. But it says something about Pokemon as well.
Yeah, it's popular. It's very popular. Yeah.
It's popular, but
people are willing to
it's going down also, right? Because on the Game Boy, it was like everyone with a Game Boy had to have this game. So, and now, it's not like that with Pokemon games on the Switch. Or on the Switch 2, maybe it will be, who knows. But, you know, like there's games on the Switch that everyone, you know, or some consoles, you know, you need to have this game if you have this console. So Pokemon First was one of those games.
Yeah.
And now on the Switch, games like Zelda and Mario are those games usually, you know, the Zelda and the Marios. And for example, a PlayStation 5 is probably, you know, one of those consoles that you need to have GTA 6. You know, everyone with a PS5 will buy GTA 6 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had an Xbox in the past, you would have Halo, you know. And you will not have a Sega Game Gear in the past without a Sonic game, right? So, but Pokemon, I hope for you that it's gonna get there. The Pokemon company, Game Freak, they should just scale it up a notch, you know, like fix all your shit. And if Pokemon would look like it can look in my, you know, how it looks in my dreams, you know, in my mind, you know, when I was dreaming of this game. No, I mean it seriously. So just pretend that it looks like GTA, but then in a Pokemon world, you know. We all live in a Pokemon world.
That would be crazy.
I want to be the greatest master of them all, Remco, but not in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and probably also not in Pokemon Legends ZA. But we will see how you play this game right here on this YouTube channel live, and
I'll show you.
I will also maybe, you know, maybe I will enjoy it. But I look forward to the next installment. And now the question for you is: do you think that will, you know, maybe beat this record of Scarlet and Violet, because the Switch 2, it's gonna be like the 40th and the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, the next, you know, big Pokemon game. So not ZA, but the one which is gonna be, you know, next year probably. Like,
yeah, or maybe in the end of the year, maybe.
You think? No,
I hope so. Maybe November again. But
I think that because next year is the anniversary, maybe in November they will release a trailer. Because this year they're gonna release ZA. They're not gonna release another Pokemon game this year. You think it's gonna come this year? Release, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but this is like it's Pokemon Legends. It's like a different Pokemon game.
You think that it's gonna come this year?
I hope it's gonna come this year.
But we have no. There's like less than half a year left, and there's no trailers at all. Nothing.
No, but they're leaks.
Really?
They're making it.
There are leaks now already about this new upcoming.
Last year already there was a leak about it.
Is this the
They're
Terra?
already in the Terra leak. Yeah.
The Terra leak. And wait, do you think that the person responsible for the Terra leak, maybe her name is Terra?
Could be.
And with that, we go to our next and last segment of today's podcast. GTA 6. GTA 6 shatters all records. So, it's already shattering all records. Shattering, it's such a dirty word, but not when I pronounce it in the same sentence as GTA 6. Or is it, Remco?
No, it's okay. It shatters. It's breaking glass.
So it shatters all records. In the first 24 hours, I mean, GTA 6 trailer 2 shatters all records. And of course, GTA 6 will also shatter the records. But we just saw the second trailer like a few days ago. And I've been watching it every day. And I've been watching videos about people analyzing this trailer. Ex-employees of Rockstar. Companies, you know, like Power Unlimited here in the Netherlands and Game Kings and RGT85. And everyone is talking about this. Kit and Krista with their NintenDUO podcast. Just like we do over here on this channel. But they were even talking about GTA 6, you know, like, it was very nice at the end of the podcast. So just like we're doing, but it's a bit different here because we switch with cameras right here in the NintenDUO Podcast. Subscribe down below. So GTA 6, the new records in 40 minutes, they had 1 million likes. That's a new record on YouTube. No,
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. In 40, that's
Why
crazy.
don't we get 1 million likes?
Yeah,
1 million.
Yeah, that's crazy. In 40 minutes, 40. And then in 24 hours, they had 475 million views, which is the most and the quickest ever trailer of anything. So anything, movie, game. And it beat Deadpool versus Wolverine, which was first number one, which is also like, okay. So that was the previous number one, because that's not a very old movie. It's pretty recent, from last year, I feel. And they had 365 million. So now GTA 6 within 24 hours, 475. 110 more. I mean, what can beat this? What can beat this record? In 24 hours, like what can get more views? If you think about it, like it has to be something,
GTA 7, like, oh, we haven't released 6. 7 is coming right now. What?
No, okay. So GTA 7 might be able to beat it. Yeah, that's true. But what else? What else can beat this record? The record of 1 million likes in 40 minutes. And it has to be something like, something very like that everyone needs to see. Maybe I want to say a lot of stuff. But I can't say in this podcast right now, so I'm just thinking of something else. But
I don't know. Yeah,
that everyone wants to see.
Gets the people crazy.
Because this is a game. It's not like everyone is playing this game. It's not like our parents are watching this,
No. Oh, you don't know.
Okay, but what if, for example, what if the president from America and the president of Russia, they will marry and it will be live on YouTube? Maybe then everyone will watch it, because this is something insane and mad and no one... and everyone will watch it immediately. Like they post the video, and in 24 hours, the whole world will watch it. That is something insane like that. Something very crazy.
Yeah, maybe that will get more views.
Yeah, more views in 24 hours. If that would happen. If that would really happen, it is now. Just
Yeah.
Because what else? There's no other movie or game that can beat this. I feel. Not even if there would be a realistic Mario with the most 8K graphics and the actors in it, everything. Not even that will beat GTA 6. I feel, like only GTA 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the president video I just now said, if that was really happening.
Yeah.
But probably not even that, because then everyone would think it's fake, and then I'm gonna click on it. It's fake. That's not. That's not real.
Yeah.
But this is something.
This is something real.
Yeah, this is, or maybe if something very extreme like aliens have landed on the moon or on Mars or not like right here, then maybe also everyone would like no, it's real. Okay,
then it would be GTA 6.
But maybe still people will not believe it in the beginning. You understand? Because this goes so quick in 24 hours. Or maybe Michael Jackson is alive after all, and he has a new CD, and then maybe something like that, or Elvis, or Tupac, one of them, or all three of them, and they're making a CD, something like that. Michael, Elvis, and Tupac, and what the hell? It's all a scam. They were just right here.
Yeah, but people were saying, oh, maybe deepfake, fake.
Yeah,
it's fake.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. So I'm not gonna click on that. It's all AI. Yeah, you're right. So it's hard to beat. It's only GTA 7.
Or the next GTA 6 trailer that's saying, it's coming out in 2000, what was it, 30 something?
34.
34. So maybe that's an option.
Yes.
And people are like, whoa, what? Is this really, is this true? And so everyone's going to watch the trailer. Like, you got your pre-order ready for like...
You're right.
Like 6-7 years.
Because that is 100 years exactly after Bonnie and Clyde had their funeral or something. I don't know. There was something with Bonnie and Clyde. They passed away or they were buried. I don't know. So the GTA 6, I wanted to talk a little bit about that because it shatters all records, etc. And during this talk, you've seen probably a few of these screenshots that have been released on Rockstar's website. So the trailer was released. We watched the trailer in the previous episode. You see our live reaction. But the screenshots were also uploaded on the website. We didn't know it at the time. 70 plus screenshots, plus also a lot of information about these characters. Mm-hmm. And I've watched countless of hours this week about GTA 6, and I am hyped. The bubbles in the beer, everyone is saying the same stuff, of course, in all these videos. But yeah, the bubbles in the beer. There's like a beer on the table, and then you see like, okay, this beer, one of the beers is standing there for a while, but the other beer is fresh out of the fridge. There's condense on the outside of the bottle, and inside you see the little bubbles go up.
Yeah, you see the carbonization, like yes, it's beautiful,
and it looks so realistic. You understand? And this other beer is like flat, like okay, it's been there for a few hours, but this one, and it looks so realistic. Then she goes on top of him on the couch, and you see the couch, like this. Yeah.
You see a little dent.
No, it's really... And this cat, there's also so many details in GTA 6. So many details, like unnecessary details, but they really matter. Like when he walks out with his 6-pack of beers, you see a cat licking himself. You know, it's just a small little detail. You see a leguana walking there in the left bottom corner when the guy's on the roof, and you know, when the Brian or something is his name comes and says like, I have paying tenants over here. They're actually paying. Implying that he is not paying, and you know, he owes him, so you know, he has to do a dirty job probably together with his chickie that he got out of jail. And he actually, well, the chickie is actually the real bad guy, and he gets a little bit involved in it. And wow, this is amazing. This story, you know. I'm also wondering how many playable characters will there be, because, of course, 2. But I feel maybe, you know, because they're not going to tell us everything, and later in the game, maybe 3, 4. Like, oh, you're also going to play with this for sure, actually, because I remember in GTA 5 when I played it for the first time. All this game you're playing, you know, I was playing with these 2 characters, but then suddenly the 3rd character, Trevor, also came, and it was like, whoa, now I'm playing with Trevor, you know, like, so I feel they're gonna do that again, like way later in the game, and yeah, I'm very excited. There's also, it's not the perfect game, Remco. I mean, it is, you know, it's super amazing, but there's also tiny things that are not perfect, and I watched. It doesn't have to. I mean, we want.
Oh no.
You know, but no, there's some little tiny thing. Maybe I can show it in the screen right now. But so when he's driving his car, you see the steering wheel move, and his hand is moving slightly. You know, loose from the wheel. But normally when you drive, you know, his hand should be moving at the exact same speed as the wheel. And these are tiny details. I'm a perfectionist, you know.
Maybe he's nervous because you're watching him. Like,
no, it's like. It's just
he's not
it's a
touching
mistake,
the steering wheel, you know? Like
it's he's not really.
He's separated from the steering wheel.
Yeah, he is separated from the steering wheel, but it should move at the same speed. You understand? Like the hand is moving a little bit at a different speed than the wheel. So maybe you don't know what I'm talking about right now, but I'll edit it in the video so the viewers at home, they've seen it. Yeah. Oh, so that's my thoughts about GTA 6. Like. A lot of good. Oh, and as well, you know, I'm very happy for next year that it's gonna come next year. Because today we bought the Switch 2, or oh no, wait, I did. Sorry, Remco. I pre-ordered. Well, I paid for it. Big bucks, and I don't have to buy PS5 in 3 months or something because GTA 6 is coming in 2026. And I'm still very happy about that.
Big relief, yeah.
And last thing, by the way, about GTA 6. This whole trailer is recorded on a base PlayStation 5, a regular PlayStation 5, because I thought I had to go for a PS5 Pro, but I'm still going to go for the Pro, because that means it will look even crazier on the PS5 Pro. You understand? If it already looks like this on a regular PS5, can you imagine how it looks on the PS5 Pro? Because with the PS5 Pro, I mean, yeah, okay, whatever. And now I forgot the last thing I wanted to say, so that's how it goes.
But it was interesting on the end of the trailer. They said like, this is we used the PlayStation 5 engine, the Xbox engine, the what series was it? But it did
X and S was also written.
X and S, but it didn't mention like Nintendo Switch 1 or 2. Nothing.
Yeah. Oh, it was not written the engine. It's just it will be available on Xbox and PlayStation, but not on the Nintendo Switch 2. But the trailer was captured on the PS5.
Yeah, captured. Yeah, but it's strange that they didn't mention.
It's strange that they didn't mention Nintendo. Or is it strange because maybe Rockstar itself is not sure yet. You understand? Like they're focused on finishing this game for the last 13 years. And maybe when it's finished, they're going to take a look like, okay, can we port this thing over to a Nintendo Switch 2? And probably they can. I mean, you're going to buy it on the Switch 2, right?
Yeah, if they're going to release it, they're going to buy it on Switch 2, yeah.
Do you think that this game will be able to run on the Switch 2? Because just now we watched the trailer here on my 4K TV. And you saw this game right now. Do you think it's going to be able to run on the Switch 2? Because we've seen Switch 2 trailers. And let's not forget, the Switch 2 is a handheld. But okay, it's probably also going to be able to run on like the Asus Rig Alley or something and a Steam Deck. But I don't know. I'm not so good with this, technology here. So, what do you think? I think, there is a chance, but maybe it will be scaled down a lot. I mean, there could be a chance.
Well, if it's in docked mode, like you're watching it on the screen, I think there's a chance that the quality will be almost the same. That it won't be like rendered or turned down. But in like handheld mode, I think I'm not so sure that they can keep up with this quality.
But will it be able to run the game then? So you're saying yes?
Yeah,
because
but
it's
maybe
a
at lower
huge
speed.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The frame rate and
The
everything.
frame rate, I think, it will compensate a little bit for that, but I'm not sure. But Nintendo hasn't released any statements about this game or nothing.
No. That's not going to happen. Also, I mean, if it happens, it will happen after the release for sure.
Yeah.
But this game, because it's also so big, so I'm not just talking about the graphics, but is it able to run on a Switch too? Because so much is happening in this game, and all the voice acting and everything. It's a huge game. Like, it's the file size.
Yeah, you mean the game card? Or,
the game card. Because Red Dead Redemption 2 needed, an extra disc to install the game. There's 2 discs on the PS4. So this, to fit it all on a game card like that, well, it has to be at least a terabyte card or something. I don't know. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, so maybe it's only for digital or online purchase.
And then your whole Switch will be full immediately.
Yeah, you're done with your Switch.
It's interesting. Maybe now I'm actually speaking against... I don't know. Well, let's hope it's possible.
Let's see.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to say is that this whole trailer is captured in-game. So 50% is actual gameplay and 50% is cutscenes, but they're made with this in-game, the cutscenes. So with in-game graphics. And that is insane. And with that, I end this GTA 6 segment, Remco. But maybe you have something else to say about GTA 6? Or?
No, you mentioned a lot. It's going to be a beautiful game.
B-E-A beautiful. Alrighty then, we have arrived at the end segment of our podcast, Retro, Rewind and 64 Edition. And this time, it's Remco's turn to have the book in his hand. So this is the book that I got from my mother. Hello, Ilona. And every week, one of us is going to read a game to the other person, and the other person, so in this case me, will try to guess the game. But certain words will not be mentioned. Words like Zelda, Mario, Pikmin, because otherwise it's easy for me to guess the game. And yes, Pikmin didn't release on the N64. I know, I got you. So Remco is going to read, and I will try to guess. And you at home can also try to guess this game. And 2 weeks ago, Jeffrey was very good because he guessed it was Conker's Bad Fur Day. So well done, Jeffrey. If you're watching this, well done.
Good job, Jeffrey.
Yes, and also thank you for commenting, because no one is commenting. So thank you, Jeffrey. You're one of the real ones. And you other people listening right now, comment down below. So just something, watch out. Maybe I'm seeing now this page. So you're showing that page to me. So I hope you're not going to read what's on that page, Remco, because I saw what was on that page.
Yeah, no, it's the other page. So yeah.
Very good. So just be careful that you don't show it to me. Just hold the book. I just please. I don't want to see the pages. I don't want to. So comment down below the timestamp when you guess this game. Yeah. Okay.
So the name of the game is... Oh no, let's not do that. When I was young, when Ocean's 11 was originally released on the Nintendo 64, the comparisons with what's it called, Ocean's 13 or Ocean's 13 were inevitable. After all, not only were both games based on popular ... movies, but both were also released a couple of years after the cutscenes they were named after, rather than rushed out to coincide with their release. Although the games do share some other similarities, such as the fact that each mission has smaller objectives that must be ticked off in order to clear them in their entirety. Their actual gameplay mechanics still differ quite substantially, Whereas Ocean's 11 is a game where players are expected to take out as many hobbits as possible. Ocean's 11 is instead a third-person action-adventure game which runs at a deliberately slower pace. So, you already know what game it is, or what are you?
No, but it's very complicated sentences. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
okay.
it's not made up. Yeah, only a few
Interesting.
things, but
Interesting.
yeah. Should I continue?
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean,
Okay. Here, if you go in Pokemon first, you're likely to end up failing your mission in no time at all. Instead, in most of its 20 missions, players are encouraged to take their time and quietly analyze the situation while avoiding as much conflict as possible. Although it's essentially based on the hit trailer, it's based on the hit trailer starring Brad Pitt. He's still on there. The Ocean's 11 game has very little in common with its namesake. It's a completely standalone plot, which opens with a group of terrorists taking over an abandoned Second World War Marine base in the fictional area of Lodquist. The hero, Ash Ketchum, has to travel to the base, accompanied by other Pokemon trainers, with the mission being to sabotage and blow up the Pokemon Center. As they do this, others going on elsewhere in the world trigger a series of Pokemon missions that are so dangerous they could be considered, what's the word? Improbable? Let's go with that. These include doing reconnaissance work at a Pokemon party while being sure not to blow your cover or kick an innocent Pokemon or party goer, escaping from a Pokemon interrogation unit, and meeting with a double-crossing mole at Waterloo Station. While Ocean's 11 is focused mainly on some play, for the most part, weaponry is the last resort here. Instead, the player's main inventory consists of a wide variety of gadgets, which can be used to get Ash Ketchum out of various scrapes. The Face Maker is most common one. It allows Ash to reproduce Pokemons, meaning he can attack an enemy trainer and disguise himself as Dr. Oak, as Dr. Oak, so he can freely walk around guarded areas. As the game progresses, you also make use of the likes of Pokemon Vision glasses, wire cutters, fingerprint scanner, and even nausea powder, and a Pokemon deflector prism, which lets you get through security Pokemon laser centers. Speaking of lasers, yes, naturally the iconic scene from the Pokemon movie in which Ash is lowered on the court into a Pokemon-filled room is indeed present and accounted for in the game. If this all seems a bit much, there are 2 difficulty levels possible and Pokemon Master. In possible mode, Ash can take a lot more damage, and his enemies are a few Pokemon short of a full Pokemon deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was a lot of text. It was a lot of text.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, this one is a whole page. The other 2 are like short pages.
if you, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, almost falling asleep here. No, okay, but it's like a lot of text. If you're still here, respect for you, because
Yeah.
I think everyone clicked away. Everyone is gone right now. No one is watching.
Well, it's
Okay.
not that much.
I have just one game in mind, actually, maybe two games in mind. So,
Yeah. Okay.
but it's very like I have nothing. There's no clue at all here.
Lots of clues.
No clue. Okay,
You have
so
no clue at all.
I will guess the game. Yeah.
Okay. Guess it.
How many chances do I have? Okay, so if I guess it wrong, you will give me a hint. Okay, I will guess the game. The game that you chose, what I feel, is Perfect Dark.
This answer is incorrect. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's
And
about
the second game
Yeah.
is GoldenEye.
Ooh,
James Bond GoldenEye.
also incorrect.
So,
Close, but no cigar.
yeah. So, maybe a hint?
And the third, well, yeah. Yeah, if I can give it a hint, it's so easy.
Yeah, it depends on the hint if it's easy, because...
Yeah. In this game, well, it already said, like, you don't have to always shoot people. You can be smart.
Yeah, but it's
and
N64, so, the games that I'm thinking about are not on the N64, I think. Are they?
Oh,
Because, wait, is this on N64? Because,
Here, fact.
wait.
That's a hint.
What?
What a hint?
No,
Oh.
Oh, you said you want a fact. Is that what you said?
Well, here it says fact.
Yeah,
Well,
sure,
that is
but
a hint.
I was now gonna say something. There's games in my mind, but I thought they were not for the N64, but now I'm doubting. Because maybe actually it is for the N64, this game. What I now I know for 100% sure, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was thinking about, I'm gonna say the name of a game now.
Last chance.
No, but I'm gonna say the name of a game, sure. But it's not this game. So this is not, I'm not guessing it's this game. I was thinking about Splinter Cell, which it's not. Because Splinter Cell is not an N64. It came out much later. But there's this other game that, of course, resembles, a lot. And Splinter Cell, Splinter Cell, you know the game because it came on the Xbox,
No, I know.
But there's this other game, and I think now, actually, maybe it did come out on the N64, but I never played these games. But I know that the protagonist of this game, he's not flimsy, he's pretty as a rock, Do you know that song?
Solid as a rock?
He's pretty solid. Solid as a rock. That's what this love is. That's what we've got. Ooh, solid. Yes, it is. Solid as a rock. Solid Snake. Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid. That's my guess.
Is that your guess?
Yes, of course.
Nintendo 64?
Yeah, you made me.
No, it's wrong. It's
Fuck.
It's Mission Impossible. It wasn't Mission Impossible for you also.
Show to the viewers at home, please. If they're still there. If they didn't already run away. Mission Impossible.
Well,
Oh my lord. Well, thanks.
dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Wow, well done.
I thought you were gonna guess it with the lasers, like coming down in the room with lasers.
I didn't get anything about lasers coming down in the room.
With using gadgets.
Yeah, but
Face mask also.
yeah, sure.
I like, oh fuck, I risked something like, oh.
No, but that's also in James Bond, right? That stuff.
No.
Yeah, it is. That's why I was thinking about James Bond and Perfect Dark, like gadgets and stuff,
Yeah, but Mission Impossible is only about gadgets only, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's also
Awesome.
shooting. I watched all the Mission Impossible movies. and I'm-
Shoot.
Yeah, he's shooting a lot. And I'm very excited because I'm really a big Mission Impossible fan. I watched them all recently. I watched them all last year, actually. And then the final Mission Impossible movie is going to come next month, I think. The Final Reckoning. And it's going to be the longest Mission Impossible movie in the history of all Mission Impossible movies also. Like almost 3 hours.
That's impossible.
It is possible. And Tom Cruise, it will be probably... It's kind of like it's his last Mission Impossible movie. He's already 60 plus right now, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so... but it's still... I mean, maybe... Because first it was called Dead Reckoning Part 1 and Dead Reckoning Part 2. But now... So they released Dead Reckoning Part 1 and then suddenly they changed the name of Dead Reckoning Part 2 Dead Reckoning Final... Oh no, Final Reckoning. So not... So it's like final, and also this whole trailer, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's really the end of, the last one final thing. So no, good job, Remco, but I was not thinking about Mission Impossible at all, a movie game. Probably it sucked, because back in the day, those movie games, they sucked big time.
It was okay. I had the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but probably it sucked, We were kids back then.
Oh, it was cool. It was like the movie, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, because...
So GoldenEye, yeah, same.
If you hear people talk about movie games, yeah, but the GoldenEye is, of course, a classic. But that's not a movie game, right? GoldenEye, because there's no movie GoldenEye. It's just a game.
Is this a joke or is
No,
it?
don't
You know the movie GoldenEye with
the
Pierce
movie
Brosnan?
GoldenEye the movie?
GoldenEye.
Wait, I'm gonna look it up right
I
now.
thought you were making a joke.
No, I watched all the James Bond movies, of course.
Except GoldenEye. Except Mission Impossible 1.
Oh, of course. It's the one with Sean Bean. I remember. And Sean Bean always dies. Yeah, you know Sean Bean, the actor?
No, Pierce Brosnan is the...
Yeah, I know, but Sean Bean is the bad guy and he dies.
Oh,
you know?
with the scar, yeah.
Sean Bean is the one, he dies in every movie. He was in Game of Thrones. He dies every time, Sean Bean, the actor.
Oh,
This is the one with Sean Bean,
okay. Oh.
I'll show you. So we both know something, see? This is Sean Bean.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he's also in Lord of the Rings. You're always talking about Lord of the Rings, right? During
yeah.
the retro rewinds.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Boromir, and he dies, He tries to steal the ring from Frodo. I'm sorry, Frodo. So, okay, you forgot who, Sean Bean is, and I forgot that there was a movie called The GoldenEye, and we both forget things, That's life. We're human, yeah? So there's a movie called GoldenEye, you're right, 1995. Yeah, okay, so there are good movie games, but back then, because nowadays it's pretty good, right? But back then it was always like, oh no, not another movie game, because they always sucked, right? You accept two, which are Aladdin and The Lion King, and they were fucking hard, but the platformers, yeah.
Yeah, Super Nintendo game,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Do you think that you'll be able to play and finish those games, actually? Those two?
Maybe. Well, let's try. Yeah,
Can you say it maybe in the camera, these words?
Let's try it.
I mean, try what, Remco? Like, I want you to say the titles, and I want you to
The-
say it,
the-
Remco.
the
This is a
Lion
promise.
King?
This is a promise.
I'm gonna play The Lion King and Aladdin.
And then what's gonna happen? Are you gonna lose, or?
I'm gonna finish the game.
And right here, this, remember these words, because this game is on the Switch one. I will buy it. I will let you play it. And I'm gonna, maybe also, because these are one of world's hardest games or something, like to finish these games. It's insane. I read about it, even in the most recent Power Limited.
It's worse than the turtle game on the Nintendo.
Maybe not. Maybe
That was crazy.
Oh yeah, you had that game, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I went
It's
insane.
traumatizing.
Yeah.
I see the look, and
See the trauma.
yeah, I see it. Yeah. I don't know much about the turtle game,
No.
but yeah, nice job with the Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Did you actually see all Mission Impossible movies?
Yeah. I'll see them all.
But except the last one, right? I mean, the Death Reckoning Part 1, because I didn't see it yet. Did you see it's on Netflix since like last year, but did you see that one as well? Because I didn't see it.
That one, I don't think so. No.
I want to end this podcast actually then with a question for you, Remco.
Oh.
If you are such a big Mission Impossible fan, and knowledgeable Mission Impossible expert, right? As you call yourself. Can you name the name of the actress? Who,
I don't know.
Rebecca Ferguson. And well, thank you very much for watching. So I wonder if anyone guessed that it was Mission Impossible, because this was difficult,
This was easier than the Conqueror's Bad Quest.
Bad Fur Day.
Yeah. See, like even the title was hard.
Yeah.
Like this was like Mission Impossible. Like,
This was Mission Impossible because it was really Ocean's 12 and Lord of the Rings and Pokemon and everything. I was like, whoa, what's happening here? Like crazy. So this is no point for me. No, well done. No point for me. What's the score now?
we're even. We both guessed one.
Even
right.
Steven.
Even Steven. So 1-1.
So
Yeah, very nice. Finally.
you want to end? You want to finish the? You want to sum it up or?
I'll sum it up. Well, this was a nice podcast again. We
Just sum it up. please.
Finally, we have our pre-orders. Well, he has his pre-order. We talked a lot about like GTA 6.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. And Furukawa, well, Sir Talk a lot. Well, he was talking a lot.
Yeah.
And also a lot of, inconsistencies, because we think the investors are right. Like, come on, you're gonna sell more than 50 million, right, in the first year, in 2026. Don't beat around the bush. Of course, you're gonna do that. And also Pokemon sales, the Scarlet and Violet game, unexpected that it was actually the second best selling game in the series. Like,
yeah.
okay, well,
That is. I don't understand.
it's a nice game, but yeah, it's crazy. And that was it.
That was it, and then I lost at Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Remco, for this podcast.
Yeah, thank you. And I'd like to thank the audience also for watching, and please support us. Please like, subscribe, and also comment, because we want to see a lot of comments.
Maybe like a specific thing that we know that they reached this end, like a specific code word.
Oh yeah, what's the code?
Ganon sucks.